I'm so excited. I just got off the phone. I was gonna start filming, and then the doctor's office called. So today I am 41 weeks. Ugh. Get your shit together. Okay, I'm 41 weeks and 5 days, and this pregnancy has been so wonderful, and I'm very thankful to have 2 good pregnancies so far. Isla was very easy, and this one has been, Isla was easy, and I can confidently say that word, easy, and this one has been enjoyable. I wouldn't say easy because this one has been more of like your typical pregnancy. Like I had the morning sickness, and it wasn't even morning, I don't know why they call it that. I had the nausea all day. And then, you know, just like more like this pregnancy was just different. Like I didn't have the ability to rest like I did with the first one, and, you know, take breaks and do whatever I needed to do because I already had a baby at home to take care of. So this pregnancy has just been like more typical, but still very enjoyable and very simple. But I have, you know, got to the point where like I'm super pregnant. I'm sitting on my ball, and I'm not sick of being pregnant. I'm still not. Like I love this belly, and I love just everything about being pregnant, but it would be nice to like put my socks on and not feel like I'm suffocating myself, or I'm holding my breath and then have to take like big breath afterwards. Okay, I need to put this down somewhere because I'm super shaky. I don't know, maybe not. But we've come to a point where like nothing has happened, and I had an appointment today that was scheduled. So today was my like hopefully last OB appointment, but we've been saying that for so long that who knows. I'm gonna go sit over here, rest my arm. I should have a selfie stick. Oh, this is good. I'm using my phone. Okay, so so we went in today, and I knew how today's appointment was gonna go. Like I was 99% sure that how the appointment ended up going is how it would go. So I was right. So here's how it went. I was right. We went in, and I knew I wanted my doctor to check me because I just wanted to see. At my last appointment, I was 1 to 2 centimeters dilated and almost completely effaced. So that was good because things are going in the right direction. And then I wanted her to check me again today because since my last appointment, I haven't felt like any contractions necessarily, but just really light, tiny cramping. And I think I said that in my last video too, but nothing consistent and nothing strong or significant. It's almost like I hardly noticed it. Like I had to really just sit there still and be like, am I feeling something? Am I not? And then it would go away. Like I had told Cullen one night, I'm like, yeah, I've been having some cramping on and off for like the last couple hours. But just, again, really light, nothing significant. Like I didn't even bother timing anything because they weren't even like that. And then the second I told him, I didn't feel a thing for like 24 hours. So it's just kind of, you know, nothing significant. But I told my doctor that, and she was like, well, those are good things. Like that means that we're not just, it's not that there's no action, like there is something happening. So I wanted her to check me today and just see if anything had made any progress. And so she said that I was almost 3 centimeters dilated, which is great news to me. And again, I know that it's completely possible. Like there's been women who are 8 centimeters and then something happens and they go back to like 3 or 5. And the cervix just kind of like closes up again. And so I didn't want to, you know, I'm not like banking on like now I'm 3 and I'm gonna stay at 3 and I can only go up from here, but kind of. So I'm hopeful of that at least. So that gives me a lot of hope, because when I went to the hospital with Isla, and when I got there, I was 3 centimeters, and I should say only because that was good progress considering I was completely closed at my appointment. Like, my cervix was absolutely shut down for business. And then I was at a 3 suddenly and very well effaced when I went in. So the fact that we're farther along already right now is exciting to me, because it just means that, like, yeah, I feel like I can only go up from here. So my doctor, when she was checking me, we had discussed beforehand that I agreed that I did want her to do a membrane sweep, and I didn't want that done. If you would have asked me like 3 weeks ago, I would have said no membrane sweep, no induction, no interventions whatsoever. I really wanted to let things go as nature would intend them to, and just go into labor naturally. But despite all my best efforts of walking, I even ran stairs the other day, all the little tricks, except for some of them I can't really do. Like, I hate pineapple. I think that's disgusting, so that's not worth it to me. I'm not gonna suffer just to try and get the baby out. So again, just wanted things to go naturally. But I agreed today that while she was checking me that she could do a membrane sweep. So she did. And it wasn't very painful. I've heard that they can be painful, and then I've heard some people say it wasn't that bad, and I would say it wasn't that bad. She only, like, so she's already up there anyway, checking you, right? And so it basically felt, I don't know if this is how they do it, but in my mind, this is how I envision it, that she just is going like this and just sweeping around. And she did that twice. And she gave me a break in between, but I told her, like, I'm fine, just go again, go at it. And it was just one of those things where I just kind of sat there and was like, like, I would prefer somebody not be doing that inside me, but I knew what it was and I was fine with it. So she did that, and she said that basically, like, my cervix is very favorable right now, so she felt good about doing that procedure. And then we talked about setting an induction date, and so today is a Tuesday, and they said that I would either, my husband was in the room too, and we all agreed that, like, we could either do it tomorrow, Wednesday, or Thursday, and neither of us had a preference, so it really came down to what the hospital had available. So they said they would call me and let me know, and she kind of explained the induction process to me, and I feel like I already know it because I've watched like 100 hospital videos and like labor and delivery vlogs myself on YouTube, so I know, like, pretty damn sure how that process goes, but it was good to just walk through it, like, personally. So we left the clinic, and she kind of left me with, well, you know, maybe the sweep will work, and maybe, you know, before the induction, maybe you'll already be in labor, like, and we won't need to kind of use those extra methods of getting things started, and maybe you'll, you know, maybe with the sweep you could go into labor like this afternoon or tonight or something. So, and either way, you know, it didn't really matter to me. I mean, obviously I would like to go into labor before the induction so that I don't have to do the IV and the meds and the Pitocin and all of that. But in the end, it is what it is, and I will get through it no matter what. And at the end, I'll have a baby to show for it. So that being said, the clinic just called, and they want us to come in at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So I'm just like, holy shit. I can't believe that, like, that's so soon. We knew that that was an option because the doctor was like, they usually do them at 6 a.m., 10 a.m., or 2 p.m. So those are your options. And I said, I'd rather do it sooner rather than later. I'd rather just like get the show started. The last thing I want to do is be sitting at home and like waiting to go to the hospital and be like, oh, we have hours and hours to go. So I would rather just go in the morning and get things started. And that way, you know, I mean, it could go anyway. It could be days before the induction, could take days, but I really don't feel like it's gonna take that long. Could be wrong, but I feel pretty confident that my body seems like it's giving me a lot of signs and that the induction will go in my favor, and that, you know, tomorrow morning I go in for an induction, and tomorrow by the time it's nighttime I'll have a baby. That's my hope. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So yeah, now I have to go tell my husband that we need to get up very early tomorrow. And then I need to text my mom. I just texted her and told her how the appointment went, and I said the clinic will call me soon. Now I need to call her back and tell her that she's gonna be babysitting tonight because we got shit to do tomorrow. We gotta have a baby. So I am just, whoa, so crazy. So the thing about like having a baby is, unless you set an induction, like you're totally just like a ticking time bomb, and you just don't know, and there's a lot of anxiety involved no matter how much you try. And now we have answers. So now that I'm talking though, I can feel it's really just like a dull stomach ache and some cramping that I can feel right now. And I'm going to chalk that up to the sweep because I feel like that's the only thing that's happened to me. So I'm feeling that. So I don't know what's gonna come of this, but that's cool. I'd rather go into labor naturally tonight if that's my option. And then what have I done today? So I kind of had a feeling that this is how this appointment was gonna go and how the next like day or two was gonna go. So I have been doing so much laundry and just like, not like I had a ton, but just feeling like the need to just do all of this other stuff. Like if there's a trash can that has something in it, I'm like, that trash can needs to get emptied. That trash can needs to get emptied. We're putting all the dishes in any dishes need to go in the dishwasher, and we're gonna run it so that they're all clean. Like I don't want anything, I don't want to come home to like, I want to come home to the least amount of mess as possible. So I like cleaned the toilet again today and all this stuff. So I still have a couple loads of laundry that I need to do, and now I'm extra motivated. So that is where things are at, and I'm guessing that my next video will be that we're having a baby. So bye.